Hi, Allison. Good morning, Charla. Yeah, well, we're certainly glad that it is now quite definitive. We certainly knew that a couple of weeks back. Dave McCormick, my good friend, who we were very supportive of for a lot of reasons. I mean, Bob Casey has actually been a longtime friend, but been on the wrong side of almost all of the issues, if not all of them. So Dave McCormick was up by 17,000 votes. An automatic recount would be just fine. That is what is in our rules and in our laws if the opponent, being Bob Casey, asked for it. Going back to history, the most that a vote would be overturned, votes would be overturned in such a recount was in the neighborhood of 300, maybe 400, 500 at the most. So it was an impossible hill to climb, but he wanted to move forward with it anyway. Our big problem that occurred was when they sent up various lawyers and attorneys, and we had commissioners in Pennsylvania that were quite deliberately and flagrantly disobeying the law and counting votes that were disqualified, that were illegal ballots. That's when we brought in the cavalry, and we were on it fast with our Protect the Vote initiative from the RNC, from the McCormick campaign, from the PAGOP, and we got them to stop doing that. And we had another court order for them to stop counting illegal ballots. But in the end, they counted about half the counties, and the vote changed by about 100 votes. And after that, Bob Casey conceded.
So how important is it to have a Republican senator in a battleground state like Pennsylvania?
It's fantastic. And now we have someone that we can truly work with on the Trump initiatives. And these initiatives are very important. You know, my friend Tim Walberg just went through beautifully the different cabinet picks, and he's so right. I mean, President Trump has created a team. This team has already been a team. You know what? It's not a team of rivals. It's a team of people who are all about the America First Trump agenda, which will benefit all Americans. And it is about national security. My friend Mike Waltz heading up national security. I mean, Marco Rubio for Secretary of State. This is really important. Tom Homan on the border, Kristi Noem on the border. We're going to close the border. We're going to have national security. We're going to have domestic energy policy that improves our national security as well as reduces inflation. So there's so many good things. Now, President Trump laid out the vision. President Trump put everybody in the right seats. President Trump has the plan. Now we got to execute. Now we got to let the American people know we know what we're doing. We got to work with Congress. We got to work with the House. We got to work with the Senate, and have a great 4 years.
Yeah, as you mentioned, you know, he filled it out. So now we're ready, you know, to take on the Senate confirmations with the cabinet. Matt Gaetz out, Attorney General nominee. But, you know, the media has now turned its attention to attacking Pete Hegseth. Take a listen.
What do you think of the idea that women make fighting more complicated? That was specifically what he focused on.
Well, it just shows his lack of understanding of where our military is. You know, he was a pretty low-ranking guy in the military, and he never had a command position. He was a platoon leader, I think, once or twice, but he never even commanded a company. And so this is a man who is inordinately unqualified for the position.
All right, that was Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth. Do you, first, what she said is just, it's ridiculous, but do you see Hegseth having trouble getting confirmed?
You know, I think there's going to be a lot of questions, right? It's not a traditional pick that people immediately say, oh, he's the perfect one for it, based upon his experiences. But again, I go to J.D. Vance. Look at J.D. There was some criticism there. And my point was, let J.D. prove himself, and he sure as heck has. And that's what Pete Hegseth's going to do. Look, he was a major in the Army. He was a combat veteran. Well decorated, very smart. Let's give a lot of credit for that. He's a really smart guy, highly dedicated. President Trump has met with him many, many times, as has the Department of Defense team. They know he appreciates the plan, will execute the plan to strengthen our military and bring stability around the world. He's going to be working with the president, the national security advisor, a team. Again, not a team of rivals, a team to accomplish a lot. So no, I think he's going to get through this nomination process, confirmation process, and I think he's going to do a great job.
All right, good stuff. Congressman, always great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you both very much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy